However, there have been emerging reports that she could be battling serious illness, prompting a group of members of parliament from Teso to pay her a courtesy visit. These have since revealed that Among confirmed to be suffering from various illnesses, including blood clot, diabetes, and high blood pressure.
Oh my God. Blood clot, diabetes, and high blood pressure. That's scary. Now, I don't know if this is true, but if it is, that's really scary.
The effects of prolonged confinement, the mental and emotional strain she continues to endure, and the economic challenges arising from the freezing of her accounts, which have also affected the livelihoods of many people who depend on her lawful enterprises.
One by one.
What is the procedural matter?
I am raising it if you allow me background. One by one, whether ministers, whether UPDF soldiers, whether committees of parliament are becoming victims of CDF. So we are all have become victims of this one man called Mwozi Kainerugaba. This parliament must find a solution.
At least for me, I'm not a victim. Remember?
At least for me, I'm not a victim. That's where the problem is. Former Speaker of Parliament Anita Among has confirmed that her bank accounts have been frozen as investigators intensify inquiries into her assets, wealth declarations, and alleged financial impropriety. Among disclosed the development while meeting a delegation of Teso elders and members of parliament at her residence in Nakasero on Thursday, July 2nd, describing the freeze as one of the most difficult consequences of the ongoing investigation.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how the mighty have fallen. Unbelievable. What? Anita Among. Let's do this. I hope you're having a wonderful time. If you are, keep it that way. And if not, everything will be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this once again on Mordecai Marissa Live. Now, ladies and gentlemen, not long ago, Anita Among sat at the pinnacle of Uganda's political establishment. She was wielding enormous influence as Speaker of Parliament. Today, the conversation has shifted dramatically. And you know what? The Teso Parliamentary Caucus is now pleading with dictator thug, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to intervene, saying that the former speaker's health is deteriorating and that her prolonged confinement is taking a serious toll. That is even funny. It's not funny that, she has some health issues. No. What is funny is that these people feigning ignorance. This is what Museveni intended to achieve, to break her health-wise, to break her emotionally, psychologically, to break her soul. Now, for you to be like, we plead with the president to help. This is what he wanted. It's like seeing somebody beat up a kid with an intention of making that kid cry, and then coming to them and be like, hey, would you help this kid keep quiet, shut down? The intention was to make this kid scream, yell. And now that the kid is crying, you're pleading with the same man who brought this pain to this kid to be the one to find ways of how they can calm them. Come on, are you kidding me? And to make matters worse, reports also indicate that her bank accounts have been frozen, leaving her unable to access funds to run her businesses, including a school, or even meet her day-to-day financial needs. Now, I want to be categorically clear. Ladies and gentlemen, no Ugandan should be denied medical treatment. Absolutely not. Even those that are considered the worst of the worst. I believe they deserve a semblance, or not actually semblance, but actual due process, which includes urgent medical attention if they need it. If Anita Among is unwell, she deserves proper medical care, dignity and compassion. Now, to add dignity and compassion that comes from my Christian background, I believe as a Christian, that's what I should extend to these people, regardless of who they are, even include those that consider me their enemy. But for many Ugandans who are non-Christians, or even those who do not care or were wronged by Anita Among, this moment alone carries a painful sense of humor. When Anita Among presided over Parliament, countless citizens cried out for justice. Millions cried out for equal treatment and respect for their constitutional rights. Opposition figures, activists, whistleblowers, journalists, and ordinary Ugandans repeatedly complained about these arbitrary arrests, the abductions of people, torturing them, keeping them in torture chambers and in those funny detentions. They were abused, they cried out to Anita Among. Yet many felt those pleas fell on deaf ears of Anita Among. Now, the woman who once occupied one of the country's most powerful offices is herself relying on appeals for mercy, compassion, and justice. This is the true definition of the tables turning. So what we do in this commentary is examine Anita Among's political downfall, why her allies are now appealing directly to Museveni, and why many Ugandans see this as a powerful reminder that power is temporary. It is even funny that we should remind people. But the principle of justice, human dignity, and equal treatment should never depend on who is in office. And that's what Anita Among forgot. Let's watch a story that's been covered by NBS. I think they're celebrating 18 years. I immensely congratulate you, NBS TV. I used to enjoy that place. Oh, what a wonderful time. I want to extend my sincere appreciation to Joyce Bagala, who gave me an opportunity. She called me and be like, hey, we would like you to join NBS. And I went there, met Ken Karisa, was given a wonderful contract, enjoyed myself at NBS, and that chapter is closed. But I immensely appreciate you, NBS TV, for granting this ghetto kid, this undeserving boy, an opportunity to work at Next Media Park. It was an amazing time, and I will never forget. So congratulations as you celebrate 18 years in service. Let's watch this story.
The embattled former Speaker Anita Among has been under house confinement for over a month now after government opened investigations against her for charges related to corruption and illegal enrichment. Among, who serves as woman MP for Bukedia and NRM second national vice chairperson female, has since been confined to only her house as investigations continue. However, there have been emerging reports that she could be battling serious illness, prompting a group of members of parliament from Teso to pay her a courtesy visit. These have since revealed that Among, confirmed to be suffering from various illnesses, including blood clot, diabetes, and high blood pressure.
Oh my God. Blood clot, diabetes, and high blood pressure. That's scary. Now, I don't know if this is true, but if it is, that's really scary.
Putting her life at risk.
We are respecting the rule of law. We also respect accountability. But we also pray that humanity be exercised. Physically, we have seen the physical health of the Right Honorable is deteriorating.
We witnessed.
Okay, I understand you guys, invoking humanity. Where were you when this woman was wreaking havoc onto innocent people whose only crime was challenging her in an election? Where were you? Why do we scream humanity when our own are facing the worst in life? Demand for humanity should be consistent. It shouldn't be accorded to those you love or yourself. Absolutely not. I want humanity to be accorded to Museveni, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, Janet Kataha, Museveni, and those that I oppose, the likes of Matthias Impuga in the opposition who betrayed us. I don't want bad things to happen to them. And I pretty much believe if bad things happen to them, that would be their own choosing. But I don't wish the worst to happen to those people. And that's the consistency I'm advocating for. I'm not here to be like, do not abduct me. Like I've said, you may never see me in Uganda ever again. May. But when I say you don't have to abduct people, I'm not referring to myself. If I died today, my voices would be played over and over again. I will never have faced abduction. But people deserve to be treated like human beings. That right's respected. Now be like, oh, we want humanity. Humanity should prevail. Where were you when she was dismissing humanity?
The effects of prolonged confinement, the mental and emotional strain she continues to endure, and the economic challenges arising from the freezing of her accounts, which have also affected the livelihoods of many people who depend on her lawful enterprises and charitable initiatives.
Lawful enterprises, that's questionable, but continue.
For instance, she has the schools. We are told some of the teachers cannot be paid. The students are there. The accounts cannot be operated. It's a big thing. You cannot raise money for the livelihood on a daily basis because of what is happening around her. She does not have the freedom to come out of her house.
These are now appealing to President Yoweri Museveni for mercy to grant her freedom on grounds of her contribution to the NRM party and the country, so she can be able to move and get specialized treatment as well as represent her people in parliament.
All of us know how active she has been, and you can imagine such an active person to now just be there. Her health condition is not good. She's emotionally and psychologically tortured.
And that's why, as a Teso Parliamentary Group, we are making an appeal today to the President and the Father of this nation that nobody is perfect and mercy be exercised.
We, the members of Teso Parliamentary Group, respectfully make this open appeal for your mercy, leniency, forgiveness, and reconciliation in respect to the Right Honorable Anita Among during this difficult period.
Forgiveness for what? What crime has she committed? We don't know. What crime has she committed? When you be like, oh, extend forgiveness and mercy. For what crime has she committed? Tell us. If we mention the crimes, then they would deny. No. And all these people who tend to pretend like, oh, they care. They didn't care when this woman was behaving in the most bullish style I've ever seen. Bullying people into silence on the floor of parliament. Let me give you an example here. When she was silencing Ibrahim Semjunganda, I want you to watch here. When Ibrahim Semjunganda was pretty much warning her, watch what she said. Listen here, ladies and gentlemen.
General Elweru there, he was called a buffoon by the CDF. One by one.
What is the procedural matter?
I am raising it, if you allow me background. One by one, whether ministers, whether UPDF soldiers, whether committees of parliament are becoming victims of CDF. So the procedural issue I am raising, Madam Speaker, whether you should not get government at the highest level to tell us, because recently he said, you opposition, you are going to beat you during elections. For us, we are Tutsi. These are serious matters that, Madam Speaker, everybody, every sane person must be concerned with. They are not matters that can just be ruled and will continue. I mean, I don't know, Elweru is about to run away. I don't know whether David Moore sits in his office comfortably. The Minister of Defense the other day was here. So we are all have become victims of this one man called Mohozi Kainerugaba. This parliament must find a solution.
At least for me, I'm not a victim. Remember?
At least for me, I'm not a victim. That's where the problem is. When Ibrahim Semjunganda said, hey, we've all become victims to this thug Who orders the abduction of people? Who says, hey, I've killed these people. I want to kill more people. I'm a Tutsi and stuff like that. And the only response from Honorable Speaker of Parliament, you say, at least I'm not a victim. That is like pretty much telling you, you can suffer. I don't care about you. After all, that will never come to me. Now, the chickens have come home to roost. Are you a victim now or not? Should we advocate for your rights or not? Do you deserve to be treated like a Ugandan that has rights and liberties? Do you or not? This is what we should remember all the time. That there comes a time, especially when you're being used, when people you have outlived your usefulness, and you're going to be dumped. You're going to be discarded, and that's what they've done to you, Anita Among. What goes through her mind? I don't know if she watches these videos. Does she regret? Does she be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that? Ladies and gentlemen. Now, talking about her banks being frozen, I'm going to go on here and read you a few lines from this article from Chimp Reports. I think I should read it with you. Let me expand the font here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you want, yeah, I guess you can cancel. If I think you can read it with me, right? What does it say? Yep, right here. Former Speaker of Parliament Anita Among has confirmed that her bank accounts have been frozen as investigators intensify inquiries into her assets, wealth declarations, and alleged financial impropriety. Among disclosed the development while meeting a delegation of Teso elders and members of Parliament at her residence in Nakasero on Thursday, July 2nd, describing the freeze as one of the most difficult consequences of the ongoing investigation. According to the Teso Parliamentary Group, the freezing of her accounts has not only affected her personally, but has also disrupted businesses and charitable activities associated with her. In an open appeal to Museveni, the lawmakers said they had witnessed the economic challenges arising from the freezing of her accounts, which have also affected the livelihoods of many people who depend on her lawful enterprises and charitable initiatives. Okay, we understand that. We say, would she stand with us if it was the opposition members of parliament or politicians facing that? Would she be advocating for their rights? Absolutely not. I can guarantee you that. And I think I saw a video where some people were showing us what has swollen legs. I think that's what they're trying to show us. Let me see here. Where did I save this video? Yeah, it's right here, ladies and gentlemen. I think I don't want to get a strike for copyright. Let me show you. That is Anita Among inside Emory's visit to Anita Amongo's house. She's right there. Now, Mori is the culture leader for Teso. But why do they always visit when someone is in bad times, health-wise, or in confinement? Why don't they visit when someone is making mistakes? That's the house. These are people meeting her. I'll go on and try to look for that video where they were showing us the swelling in her legs, but this is the Bateso, the Itesots. I think that's what they're referred to as. Itesots? I don't know. If you are from a Teso tribe, please let me know. How are you guys addressed? Are you Bateso or Itesots? Okay, let me try to get this. Where did I save it? I had video footage. Oh my, maybe I can't see it. Maybe not. Anita Among. Let me see. It is right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the legs of Anita Among. These are the legs of Anita Among. They say that they are swollen. She has a blood clot, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Look at the legs of Anita Among. Somebody recorded this video as the Teso cultural leader visited her. She's right there, Anita Among. Oh my Lord, how the mighty have fallen. It is unbelievable. She's right there. She doesn't wear her glasses anymore. Have you noticed, folks? She doesn't. But those are her legs. Look at those legs, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. You let me know. Are they swollen or not? So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I want her to receive all the medical attention she deserves. And so are the rest of other Ugandans. We should, I don't know if I should scream this out, but we should advocate for equal treatment for all. Not the privileged, not the elite class, not the selected few. All of us. All of us are human beings. We all have feelings. We get hurt. We fall sick. We have needs in life. And it is utter selfishness, evil, to say the least, to wish all the best unto yourself or for yourself and ignore others. I mean, I don't know how to describe that, but that's what's going on. Let me know what you think. I'll be back here. I'm continuing to follow up updates from her camp. And if anything comes from that end, I'll be back here to update you. So stick around. My name is Mordecai Murisa. Bye-bye for now.